ready, cause this ain't funny. My name's Amy Z and I'm about to make money. Hey everybody, it's me again, Amy from Zula Mercantile. And it is Friday, so we are going to talk about what sold this week. We got a good sampling of things here. Really nothing like super major, big, wonderful, but that's kind of the point I want to make here, is that a lot of times as eBay sellers, we sell things that are, you know, what we call bread and butter items, which are, you know, you're making money. You didn't pay much for it and you're making money on it, and that's all good. So as you know, in these videos, I'm going to tell you how much I paid for the item, how much it sold for, and then my net profit. So I'm going to back out the cost of goods and the fees from eBay to tell you what I actually made from that sale. And then of course, how long it took to sell. And that's going to help us decide whether that's something that we will buy again. Maybe you'll buy it, maybe I'll buy it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So the first thing is a Toulouse-Lautrec coffee cup. I got this at an estate sale a while back, and I don't know, I feel like I paid too much money for it at $2.50. Usually I get coffee cups for 50 cents or $1. But I liked this one, and the lady gave me this big story about how she bought them in France and everything. So anywho, it sold for $14.99, giving me a profit of $9.24, and that did take 8 months to sell. So no, I'm not gonna pay that much for a cup again, and nothing special about the Toulouse-Lautrec coffee cup. Next up is a Kona Soul. This was a brand new. I did get this at the bins. It feels like forever ago. So I paid 99 cents for it. It sold for $15, giving me a profit of $11.20, and that took 8 months to sell. Alrighty, now for a while there, I was getting into board games because I sold a board game for $350, so I kept looking at board games. And I picked this one up at, I think, the Goodwill. I paid $4 for it. It sold for $24.99, and that gave me a profit of $15.40, and that took 10 months to sell. Nothing great, nothing special. I made money. It's fine. I'm glad it sold. All right, this was kind of my best one here in this video. The brand is called Bricks, and I had not heard of it before. I got it at, I think it was an estate sale, kind of a long time ago, and then it sat in my death pile because, money pile, it's not a death pile, it's a money pile. So it sat there forever because I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't familiar with the brand, and it just looked, I don't want to say worn, but it looked kind of faded. So finally, I looked it up, and this is a great brand, B-R-I-C'(S), Bricks. They make luggage and all kinds of great bags and things like that. So this was kind of like a train case, a square, maybe it's for bathroom things. So anywho, I paid $5 for it, like I said, a long time ago. It sold for $80, and that gave me a profit of $72.78. And once I finally got it listed, it only took 2 months to sell. So this is a brand that I will keep an eye out for. What I learned is that the weird texture, it's like a pebble textured leather, and it's intentional to look kind of faded, and I just didn't know that. So yeah, I will pick up the Bricks again. Oh, remember these? These, I showed them to you in a video where I picked up this pile of, it was Thai silk, I don't want to say scraps, no, they were lengths of fabric. Like they were all good size, really pretty colors. Brand new. The gal had purchased them in Thailand and then just tucked them away, and she never used them. So I got the whole bag for just $2.50, and they sold for $45, giving me a profit of $35.61 in only 2 weeks. So that was a good one. And they're really pretty, and I learned something too. So that's always good. Okay, remember these masks, the fun Victorian replica masks? These were the ones from the Victorian Albert Museum. Gosh, I only paid, let's see, this was a lot of 8 of them. I paid $3.68 for them. They sold for $50, and that gave me a profit of $38.52, and that just took 2 months to sell. And I still have, I think, 4 more lots of these. So I'm excited to see that people are starting to see them, and they are selling. All right, the Quacker Factory. Long time ago, I bought a big pile, and each piece was $1.79. This one sold for $23, giving me a profit of $18.17, and that took 7 months to sell. These were really pretty. It's a QVC item that I had never heard of, and they were just, it was the last day of an estate sale, so they were really selling them for cheap, so I bought a whole pile, and they just, I think I only have a couple left even, so Quacker Factory if you can get them cheap enough. And they're pretty. They're like really adorned and embellished. So if you can get it cheap enough, go ahead and pick it up, I think. They're really pretty. All right, now the locksmith kit that I got was Curtis Industries, and oh my gosh, Jonathan and I went through the whole box. We learned what all the pieces were called, what they do, how to do it, so I can rekey your car if it's a 1980s and 90s domestic vehicle. So anyway, this one here, this was but I still can't explain it. It's a carriage set and cam set and carriage. This is what they use to create the random patterns for keys when they're making it with a Curtis number 15 handheld cutter. You go like that when you do it. Remember we paid $52 for the whole lot, and so let's just say, you know, each of the little pieces were $1, but they're probably even less than that. So this one, all it is just the one little cam set and carriage, and it sold for $55. It gave me a profit of $46.85, and it just took 2 weeks to sell. And I keep getting watchers, and I keep sending offers, so hopefully I'm gonna really start seeing them fly out. I do have 2 more items from that coming up in a minute here. You'll hear about them in a minute. Okay, so that we're done with the Curtis. See, it's hard to explain because I don't totally get it, but I love that it's selling, and I'm now in the profit on those. So next up is another one of these JV Reed vintage dustpans, and this is the 3rd one I've sold now, like in the last few months. I keep picking them up for $1, and they keep selling. This one sold for $20, giving me a profit of $15.27, and it only took 2 weeks to sell, and this one even had a little bit of damage on it, so I will continue to pick these up for $1. They seem to really move fast, and it's decent money, decent return on that. All right, this one was fun. I paid $10 for this. This is actually a Mr. Christmas blow mold that lights up, and obviously it's the U.S. flag. There was only one sold comp, and none listed. So I put it up, and within an hour, somebody bought it for $62. So I probably should have put it for more, but hey, I'm happy. Gosh, on that one, my profit was $30.03. And but here's the problem. This thing was really big. It went over, I think it was like in a 25-inch box. So we did it at UPS, but it was so expensive to ship. So I definitely will pick this up again, but I will charge more for shipping. I had only charged, I don't remember, but it cost over, I'm sorry. Okay, so the shipping cost $11.31 more than I charged. So that cut into my bottom line there. So I only made $30.03, but hey, that's still $30 in my pocket. So next time I'm going to get it for sure, but I am also going to up the shipping on that, because when I tried USPS, it was going to be like $75 for shipping, and then it turned out to be like $28 or something for UPS. So we went ahead and went that route for that one. All right, here's a good old basic. Everybody loves the free people. I picked this guy up for just $1, sold for $25, and that gave me a profit of $19.91, and that just took 3 months to sell. Okay, and some cutlery here, flatware, cutlery, silverware, whatever you want to call it. This is a Supreme Cutlery Japan. I paid $5 for the set. It sold for $55 in just 1 month, giving me a profit of $46.55. And I've been picking up a lot of flatware lately, so I do need to, you see how like in the picture, you have to lay it all out. So it does take a little bit of time to get that done, but it's generally well worth it for me. So. Okay, here, this is a Craftsman tap and die set. There's 45 pieces in there, so that's a good amount of tools. This one, I paid $15.79 for it. And I'm gonna be real honest with you, when I checked the comps there, I was looking at the wrong set, and I was looking at comps that said that this thing was gonna sell for like $120, and I got all excited, and I put it in my pile, and I bought it. And then when I realized exactly what the set was, it was actually worth a little less, and that's fine. It sold for $42, giving me a profit of $19.44, and it just took 2 weeks to sell. So, I mean, I still sold it and made money, that's fine, but I need to remember just to be more concise when figuring out my comp on that kind of thing. Do you remember these two? This is the Elder Elf dolls. Is a man and a woman. They were so cute. So cute. I paid $10 for these. They did sell for $65. I accepted an offer, giving me a profit of $44.73, and those took 7 months to sell. They're so cute. They're on their way there now. Let's have some good vibes for safe travels for those. Okay, more Shikishi boards. Remember these? I told you I bought a million Shikishi boards last year, and they just keep selling. So this was another group of 10. They sold for $30, giving me a profit of $23.79, and those took a year to sell. But remember I told you before, I have a ton. They're just going to keep going, so I don't mind a year on that. They're so easy. I'm loving the Shikishi boards. So alrighty, these are Crocs, real cute Crocs. I'd not seen any like this before. And did okay on these. I paid $4.63. They sold for $27, and that gave me a profit of $17.82. And they just took about just under a month to sell those. So I would definitely pick those up again. They weren't, I couldn't say they were new, but they were, I mean, they never got worn on the street or anything. Those were good. Okay, here we go. So a while back, I purchased a little baggie that had 3 really ornate beaded and velvet shawls. It was cute. The gal said that her grandma was a belly dancer, and this came from her collection. But I got the bag of them for $6, so I paid just $2 for each shawl. And would you know, all 3 of them sold on the same day, which I thought was funny. 2 of them went to the same person. This first one here, this black one, was really ornate, and it had golds and a lot of extra beadings. So this one I paid $2 for. It sold for $29, giving me a profit of $22.39, and it only took 2 weeks to sell. And then one person bought the next 2. They were basically the same shawl, just different color. Again, $2 each, so I'm in for $4. They sold for $40. I accepted an offer since she bought both of them. I thought that was a great deal for me. So that gave me a profit of $29.96, and again, in just 2 weeks. So whenever I see the really nice silk, velvet, beaded piano shawl is one of the keywords you want to use for this. I always like to throw in there too, like boho, maybe a Stevie Nicks reference. They're just so pretty, and I seem to find them quite often, and they always sell. So I will keep buying those. All right, here's another Curtis piece. This piece is oh golly, what does this piece do? This thing, it goes on to the cutting thing, and it holds the thing with the whirligigs that I sold previously and told you about. Yeah, so I ended up with, I want to say 6 of these in their boxes. I sold 2 of them. I sold one for $41, giving me a profit of $33.83, and then I sold another one for $33. That was actually the first one I sold. I took an offer thinking, let's get this rolling, and then the next one sold for a little more. So I'm excited about that. I do have them listed for, I think, $47 each, but I'm gonna take offers. The $33 one did give me a profit of $26.87. So gosh, with those 3 pieces, I have made $107. So if we take out the $52 that we paid originally, I am $55 in profit already, and I have so many more pieces to sell. So that was a great purchase. I'll continue to learn about it. I don't know if I will be able to really fully explain it, but these pieces are good. So keep your eye out for them. Okay, here's another new thing I've never sold before. Some Mary Kay cream lipstick. It's brand new. Found it for $1.50, and I thought I'd give it a shot. I did sell for $25 in just 1 week, giving me a profit of $19.66. Just be sure with cosmetics that things are brand new. You cannot sell used lipstick, things like that. So, alrighty. Moving over to Poshmark. Here's some great. These are Ariat red leather boots. I picked those up for $4.52. They sold for $35, giving me a profit of $23.48, and that just took a week to sell. I mean, Ariat's always good if you can find them cheap, like $4.52 like I did. Then if they're in good shape, I'd say get them. And also on Poshmark, I did sell this pair of Anu. They were slip-on shoes. I got them for free, and I took an offer on these, for $23. They gave me a profit of $18.40, and those took 8 months to sell. I picked these up actually by mistake. I thought they were a different brand, but they still sold, so I'm happy with that. And I didn't I'm not out anything, of course, so that was good. But the Anu brand, I think if I do see him again, I will definitely check style, things like that. Gosh, so that's it. That's all I want to talk about for my sales this week. Like I said, you know, nothing that is going to blow anybody out of the water, but that's the thing. All the small things add up. So if you feel like you're only selling small amounts, make sure you look at your total number, because I'm sure it is stacking up for you. So I'm gonna let you go. It's Friday, so I'm gonna get on with my weekend. You're gonna get on with yours. I hope you get out there and find some great stuff. I spent the day out there today in the 90-degree temperatures. You're gonna see that video on Monday, but I did find some really good things. I got too hot and I might have made a bad decision, but we'll see. You'll see it on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching.